What's going on?
The volume?
Alright, team. So this is
I'm back. I started a new thread.
I think it's okay now, Stephanie said.
There's a delay or an overlap?
Yes.
How about now?
If it has to do
Okay.
What I did is human body. This is actually a young living lozenge.
Is it a lozenge or
Okay. Dorothy says you think I should log out and log back
soothing
in.
action? It's a cough.
Okay. So we're in a new feed. I'm going to
Alright, comments.
end this and I'll start again. I need some comments coming in here. No, it's not okay. Oh, man. How we doing, team? Is it still acting crazy like before? What is happening? No, it's not okay. What does it sound like? Oh, man. Dorothy says, wait. Still hear old audio.
How we doing, team?
It's so weird. Is it still acting crazy like before? No, it's not okay.
I'm not sure what's going on. I might have
to. We have a couple options. It could be my phone, because my phone is plugged in. And I wanted to do a screen share with you guys.
How we doing, team?
For a couple things.
Is
Is
it
it
still
still acting crazy like
so?
no, it's
Okay,
not
we
okay.
think
I'm
not sure
we
what's
think
going
we're
on.
good.
I might have
to. We have a couple
So,
options.
okay,
It could be
just
my
let me
phone,
know.
'cause
Let me
my
try.
phone
I'm gonna
was
try to
plugged in,
share my screen real quick.
and I wanted to do a screen
wonder
share
if
with
that
you
had
guys.
something to do with it.
For a couple things to
Is
help
it
with the
still
light.
acting
So I'm
crazy
gonna
like
share
before?
my screen on my
Okay,
phone.
we think
I'm
sure what's
you
going
guys are
on. I
good.
might
have to. We have a
So,
couple.
let me
Okay,
know.
it could be
Just
my
let me
phone,
know.
'cause
Let me
my
try.
phone
I'm gonna
was
try to
plugged in.
share my screen real quick.
And I wanted to do a screen share with you guys.
How we doing, team?
For a couple things to
Is
help
it
with the
still
light.
acting
So I'm
crazy
gonna
like
share
before?
my screen on my phone.
I'm not sure what's
You guys
going
are
on. I
good.
might have
to. We have a couple.
So,
Okay,
okay,
it could be
just
my
let me
phone,
know.
'cause
Let me
my
try.
phone
I'm gonna
was
try to
plugged in.
share my
I think
screen real
it's
quick.
And I wanted to do a screen
wonder
share
if
with
that
you
had
guys.
something to do with it.
For a couple things to
Is
help
it
with the
still-
light. Okay, I'm going to try. Oh, that sounds horrible. Okay. How about now, Dean? I unplugged my phone. That could have been a problem.
Trying new things. Is it still echoey? We still having some volume issues? No exam? I don't know what you're saying, Dorothy. Oh, no eCam. Oh man, I really like eCam. If there's no eCam, then I'm gonna have an ugly green. Back screen. I don't know what you're saying, Dorothy. Oh, no eCam. Is it better now? Oh man, I really like eCam. It's better now. It was my phone. ECam, then I'm gonna have an ugly green. It's good now. Okay. All right, I'm gonna carry on. Man, I was so excited to do this. Like, my studio's got this new feature, and they ruined it. Okay, so let's get into let's get into it. Thank you guys for your patience. Those of you that are still sticking around here. So, what I wanted to do is to show you my screen because a lot of people don't know how to subscribe. So, if you go to this icon here, it's the podcasting icon. If you go to that and you subscribe to Exploring Mind and Body, this is what my face will be looking there. So if you have an iPhone or an Android, either way, you go to your podcasting, you go to your podcast app and you type in Exploring Mind and Body. And if you subscribe to my show, the first person that does that, I will give you a free 200-gram bag of flakes. Sound good? You guys work on that. The first person that says they did in the comments, and we're going to have to double check that. Someone says that was stressful. I guess I can pull myself back up here so I can see comments. It's all good now. Hi, Bear. So I think we're good to go. Thank goodness we only hear one of you right now. Okay. So that's the first thing that you guys gotta do. I'm making you work for your free stuff right now. And we're gonna carry on. What's a podcast? See, that's the problem. That's the problem of why I wanted to show you guys how to do it on my phone. A podcast is just an audio show. So I host a podcast every week. It's also a nationally syndicated radio show. So Who said subscribed already? Tracy says she subscribed. Are you able to take a picture, a screenshot, and put in the comments? I don't even know if you can put pictures in the comments. Can you do that for her? It's Tacy. Sorry, I think I was calling you Tracy. Hey, Stephanie. Okay. Tasty is the first. Awesome, Tasty. Okay, you got a 200-gram bag of flakes. If you could take a screenshot and post that in the comments, that'd be awesome. But of course, we believe you. Just kidding. Thanks for explaining. Thanks, Anna. Haha. I'm actually having one of these cough drops right now from Thieves because my throat is a bit scratchy. But I think it's from all our live videos. Okay. So tonight we're going to go over, now I have limited time. I only got 20 minutes, but I'm not going to rush. We got lots of time. I'm going to go over light, which is what I wanted to show you on my phone. So we have a lot of issues around blue light when it comes to sleep. We also have routines. I want to talk about having a proper evening routine. Dorothy and I are huge routine people. And then I want to talk about stimulants. So that's what we're going to talk about. So it looks like I got about maybe 5 minutes on each subject. Hi, Diane. Diane's in here. She says, I'm watching. I love the comments. Thank you guys. If you have questions throughout, please feel free. So I think the stimulants for us, can't figure out how to post a pic. That's okay, Tasty. We believe you. It's okay. We'll make sure you have your 200-gram bag of bath flakes. And Dorothy, maybe you could write that down. Dorothy is my beautiful other half. And Dorothy and I run a business called True Form Life. That is a nutrition and fitness business, and we're also into supplements. So these are all of our supplements right here behind me. We have plant-based protein. We have magnesium, a line of magnesium salts, spray, gel, and flakes. So that's what we do. We do nutrition online and fitness online, and then we also sell our products. We really specialize in energy and digestion, but people come to us, which is the majority of people come to us for, but we also have people come to us for other reasons, like meal planning or workouts and such. Like Anna's in our fitness family. Dorothy is, of course. Susan is. Our fitness family is an online membership site where people work out with us. Every Tuesday, Thursday, we work out live. We do meal planning, so we give them a meal plan a week in advance. So that's a lot of what we do. I also host a nationally syndicated radio show called Exploring Mind and Body, and that's also a podcast. Dorothy says, I believe you meant your better half. No, I meant my other half. Yes, probably my better half. But so that's what we do. So you can listen to Exploring Mind and Body. It's a holistic show. I interview the top holistic experts from around the world. I've been doing that for 10 years now. And I've also wrote a couple books. Detoxify Yourself is one of them. So that's the quick flyby of who we are and what we do. Cassie jumped in here. Hi, Cassie. My mom's in here. Dorothy says Kevin and Jen are in here too from the fit. Anita and Jen. Awesome. Thank you guys for joining us, our fitness family, and our new people too. My mom's in here too. Okay. So stimulants is probably the easiest one to talk about, and everything is going to be very related. So if you look at stimulants, we're talking about alcohol, tobacco, refined sugar, and processed food. Those are the four pillars, if you will, of stimulants. I think it's it's a habit that we have formed when it comes to alcohol and tobacco. Most people are like, they may go for a cigarette at night, and then like we have that nicotine, and nicotine is a stimulant, so that actually wakes us up. Even though some people are like, oh, it actually helps me sleep, we have to understand that there are reasons why we aren't as healthy as we want to be or hope to be. And a lot of you are talking about, or there's a good handful of you that said, I'm not able to sleep throughout the night. And it's because we don't have what we need in our cells at a deep level, at a cellular level. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And that's all based around the stimulants and the lights and what's going on in our minds. So if I don't get to your questions, I promise I'll get to them after, like tomorrow, like tonight or tomorrow. But I want to give you guys some information here, and I want to make sure we get you out of here on time as well. So when it comes to alcohol, like having a beer after work or having, even a glass of wine. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. All I'm saying is that it does act as a stimulant, and it makes it more challenging for us to fall asleep or to get a deep sleep. Tobacco is the same. I just talked about that's how tobacco is nicotine. That's what we're addicted to. I was actually doing some research, and I found that there are benefits of nicotine separate from the smoking. For example, they can actually extract the nicotine, but you get to become addicted to it. So, I mean, that's probably for a different topic. For this purpose of sleep, the nicotine and alcohol, if you want to get a good night's sleep, that needs to be removed in a slow, sustainable process. And then sugar, a lot of times we go to the pantry in the evening, we're looking for chips, we're looking for pop, we're looking for all kinds of different sugary substances. And like, sugar is a drug. It hits us at a deep level, and it disrupts our cells. So I don't think that a lot of people put that together. Like, oh, all I had was a Coke. Like, it's not a big deal. Or I had a couple cookies. Like, what's the big deal? But it is a big deal, especially if you want to pair sleep with what you're putting in your body. So sugar's a stimulant. It's going to wake us up. It's going to have our cells bouncing around. So even though you're exhausted, emotionally, physically, you hit the pillow and you fall asleep, after a couple hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, you're up. Some people are wide awake, but that's that sugar kicking in at a deep level, and it's staying to your cells like, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a stimulant. So those are the 4 pillars of stimulants that we need to stay away from, which will help you get your best sleep ever. What do we got here from comments? Sue says, I signed up too. I had to find the app, then download it, then find Exploring Mind and Body. Awesome, Sue. Well, thank you so much for the effort for putting in. We do appreciate you guys checking out the show. It's 100% free. You can join in if you like, and if you don't, you can listen to a couple shows. And if you don't find it's best for you, then you don't have to keep listening to it. Anna says, newbie in the fitness family, I'm working out, modified nonetheless, on several of the Trueform products. Love D&D. Thank you so much, Anna. We love you too. You've been an inspiration to us, coming in and full tilt. We love your energy. Who is this? Carol says, is this the right one to be watching? My feed says there were 2 labs. Yeah, you're in the right one. We had a little issue. Is stress a stimulant? Hilarious, Dorothy. That's something that I want to talk about as well. Putting your body in a relaxed state, like when we're stressed out, we're bouncing around, and like we can't think, and our emotions are all over the place. So stress, without question, is a big issue. But hopefully that the evening routine I'm going to talk about will address that. Is fruit bad before bed? That's an interesting question. I would say no, fruit is not bad before bed. I think that we live in a world of fear. We're afraid of carbs. We're afraid of, we're afraid of the economic situation, but we're afraid of fats. We're afraid of fruit. Like, when you have something like a piece of fruit and it's good, clean, it's not processed, it comes from the tree. Hopefully it's not sprayed, and if it is, you can wash it down with Thieves veggie spray, but that will definitely help. But we believe in having a meal before bed. If you so you have your dinner around 6 o'clock, and then we ask people to eat again around 8 o'clock, but depending on what time you go to bed or time you go to sleep, because then you're not craving. It's really hard to fall asleep on an empty stomach, which is another really good point, is that if we have good, clean foods in our digestive system right before we go to bed, we tend to fall asleep a little bit easier. But when we have the stimulants, when we have big, heavy meals like big bowls of pasta, for example, processed food that's hard to digest, that tends to keep us up, or it doesn't really get us that really deep REM sleep, because our digestive system is taking so much energy and effort to digest that food, break it down, then utilize it and absorb it. So whose emotions are all over the place, Dorothy said. Speak for yourself. Ashley says, bananas we love. I'm a big banana fan. For sure. Okay, so that is stimulants. And now I'm going a bit quick, but like I said, I want to get you guys out of here at a good time. Light is a huge one. Like light is so important, and like you can see right now, I'm well lit up. But these are blue lights. Your computer screen, your iPad, your laptop, your phone, the lights in your ceiling. In most cases, those are LED blue lights, and they are so detrimental to our health. And there's so many studies that I've been going over and reading, not just in prep for this show, but this did help. Wear your blue light glasses. Who said this? What are your thoughts on blue? Oh, I thought you said wear your blue light glasses. I'm so used to my audience giving me a hard time. Thanks, Ashley, for asking that politely. Blue light glasses 100% are something that will help. So let me get into a bit more detail here. So the lights from your devices actually affect your body on a cellular level. So again, you can look at the lights on your alarm clock. We bring our phones to bed. We have our night light is blue light. So we're reading under a blue light. And that keeps us up. That affects our cells at a deep level, and they act as stimulants. So a lot of people are concerned about their eye health just for seeing, for example, but your eye health is directly related to your nervous system. So your eyes, and what's very interesting is your teeth, that all goes deep into your core and affects everything about your body. So when we say, "Oh, I'm only bringing my phone for an alarm clock," but you scroll your news feed right before you go to bed, and then you wake up in the middle of the night to pee and you scroll again, and then the first thing you do is you pick up your phone and you scroll again. That's blue light that's affecting your overall health, not just your vision, but it's affecting your organs. It affects your digestive system. It affects your heart rate. Like it's crazy what this blue light does to us, and we're so surrounded by it. It's so common we don't think about it. So a couple things that we talk about. Dorothy just says no phones in the bedroom. No, no, no. So Dorothy and I have a rule, if you will, and we say no phones in the bedroom. And that's something that is very important, because you're not tempted to look at it first thing in the morning, because you're not tempted to look at it middle of the night. And the same thing with TVs. This is a tough one. People don't really want to get on board with it. They don't want to think about it or believe it, but you're watching a TV. Just think about this as a stimulant. You're watching TV, you are stimulated, you have blue light, you have action, you have noise, you have violence. You turn the TV off and then you try to go to sleep. Some people fall asleep right away, but then in the middle of the night they're awake. And like, why am I wide awake? Well, you just had blue light going through your eyes to the rest of your body, and then your brain is stimulated because you have a number of other things going on because of the blue light. So it's super important to not watch TV right before you go to bed. Experts say 1 to 2 hours. I would say at least 30 minutes. I know 2 hours is a stretch for most people. At least 30 minutes of no phones, no TVs, no computers. It's challenging, but it's got to be done. We have a YouTube. I got another one for you. We got a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/trueformlife. The first person that goes and subscribes to that, we're going to give away a mag spray. Let's do that right now. Go ahead and let me know. So this magnesium spray is actually called magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride is the most absorbable chloride that goes into your body. And that helps with restless legs. It helps with aches and pain. You can spray that directly on sore joints, sore muscles, and rub it in, and that will help relieve pain. We have tons and tons of testimonials of people that it's been helping out on a regular basis. Our magnesium gel does the same thing. It's just in a different form. So we'll give you a free spray for the first person that subscribes to our Trueform YouTube channel. Okay, let me read some comments here. So hard. I'm not sure who this is. So hard. I worry about bad guys breaking in. My husband works away, so I always keep my phone with me. Guilty. You're not the only one. And I'm not sure who that is because I don't see your name on my screen, but you're not the only one. Everyone does it. And we I think it's easy to give ourselves excuses, and I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying us human beings. It's like, oh, I'll just have this bag of chips before bed. It won't be that bad because I don't do it once in a while. Or I'm gonna have this Coke, and I only have a Coke once in a while. Like, we can justify just about anything. Same thing with the TV in the bedroom. Same thing with the phones. I need it for safety. Like, I have some good friends, and their kids are 14 and 16, and they don't have cell phones. And they say, well, they don't need cell phones. Of course they're greeny type of people. But then I have other people that say, oh, I would never send I've heard this before. I've never send my kids anywhere without a cell phone for safety purposes. So you have two different. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate the hearts coming in. But you have two different sides, but we can justify just about anything. Just understand, when it comes to your health, you have to make some sacrifices, and you have to do things that you wouldn't normally do. What do we have here for comments? We do 30 minutes with the kids. Awesome, Ashley. So 30 minutes of no screen time before bedtime. That's fantastic. And I would try to slowly increase that to 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and for adults as well. I made Anna says we may need to find another distraction to replace screen time. And there's other things that you can do. I'm going to talk about morning routine here. So there's other things that you can do, for example. So I didn't get a chance to talk about other options, but so we're big fans of Himalayan salt lamps. We have these all over the place. So red light and yellow / orange, well, orange / yellow light is actually really good. So more orangey than yellow. So there's actually tons of health benefits to being around the sun, to getting direct sunlight when it's going down and when it's coming up. It's when it's at its peak when you want to put sunglasses on, or probably try to avoid being in direct sunlight. But if you're looking at the reds and oranges, that actually has proven to help improve your health in many different ways, including your eyesight. So Himalayan salt lamps is like an orangey light. We have these all over the house. So these actually light up the house when the lights are off, which is pretty cool. These also give off negative ions. So these also give off negative ions, and blue lights, including computers, phones, laptops, iPads, they give off positive ions, which are disruptive to our health. So if you have something like Himalayan salt in and around your house, that can really help improve your health. We actually give these away for like baby presents to our friends and family, and we have our friends and family say they've actually made a difference in their kids sleeping. So that's something you can have. I wouldn't keep it on all night, but I would have that as the last thing on. So that's right beside my bed. That's the last light that goes off before I fall asleep. Susan says, how do you subscribe? So you go to youtube.com/trueformlife, and then the Trueform Life channel will pop up, and all you do is hit the subscribe button. You can't really miss it. Rheumatoid arthritis. I'm not sure if I'm going to need full questions, team. So Diane, I don't know what you mean by that, because sometimes comments come in a little bit late. Thanks for the thumbs up, Dorothy. Jen says, I'm already subscribed to Trueform YouTube. Thank you, Jen. Oh, I love those. I'm just catching up on comments. Who said that? Ashley says, I love those. That's what we use as nightlights. Awesome. Sounds like you're ahead of the game. There are lots of Trueforms. There's only one Trueform Life, Sue, I'm pretty sure. Dorothy says, love suns. Dorothy says, walk at sunrise and bike ride at sunset, the joys of beach life. It's very true. Like, I'm in Los Angeles, so it's a bit easier to do those things, but it's still possible in other areas. I think, like I said, we can justify just about anything. We can also limit ourselves to do just about anything. So I know it's a bit more challenging in other areas, but same. See, as Diane says, the spray. What's all on your channel? So, oops. Sorry. Oh, Diane says the spray for arthritis, 100%. Yes. Will the spray work for arthritis? Yes, it will. Magnesium is an incredible product. It has tons of health benefits. It has over 300 enzymatic functions in our body, so it's also like an adaptogen. So some people that have digestive issues, it helps with digestive issues. If you lack in energy, it seems like what you're most lacking, that's what you'll notice. So if you have digestion issues, if you lack energy, if you have chronic pain, arthritis, that's where it stands out the most. It's really great for helping people sleep as well, which is one of the reasons I'm sitting here right now. Michelle jumped in here. What's all on your channel? On our YouTube channel. So this is what we do full time. For me, this is it's not a side gig or a hobby. I've been doing fitness and nutrition for 10 years now. I've been doing my radio show for 10 years. We've been in the supplement business for 8 years. And we specialize in looking at clean ingredients and finding the most optimum you can find. So if you look at, for example, like we could have sold Epsom salts, but we always want to choose better. So Epsom salts is magnesium sulfate, which is very hard for our body to absorb. If your body doesn't absorb it, your body doesn't utilize it and doesn't get anything out of it. So it's very cheap. So you can, if you go to the pharmacy, you can buy a big bag of it for $5. You throw a cup or two in the bathtub. What is that? Am I still here? You throw a cup or two in the bathtub, it feels like you're sitting on sand, and then half of it goes down the drain because it hasn't fully dissolved. When you look at magnesium chloride, magnesium flakes is magnesium chloride, and that it is very dissolvable. So if you leave it on the counter, it'll start dissolving. As soon as you put it in the bathtub, it'll start dissolving, and within a minute, it's going to be completely gone. So that absorbs into your body at a much deeper level, and you can get many more benefits out of it. So people tell us all the time, like, oh, I use Epsom salts. I've used Epsom salt for years, and they don't really notice any difference, but you will notice a difference. I can just about guarantee it the first time you use Mag Flakes in one of your baths. Stephanie says, I'm subscribed. Yes, thank you, Stephanie. Dorothy says, Day in the Life. Dorothy and I did about 30 episodes of Day in the Life. So we did a bunch. It was different clips of us eating, working out, working. So you can check that out on our YouTube channel as well. I'm over time. I don't even know what to do. I have a whole nother section. I got started late. Do you guys want me to sign off and then I can finish this at another time or in another group? Or should I keep going? I was really planning on being done at 7:30. Dorothy says Mag Flakes are great for sleep. Is it good for injuries? Magnesium is great for injuries. I actually had shin splints recently, and I had shin splints from my playing days. I played professional baseball for 10 years. I suppose I should probably mention that more often, but I used to get shin splints really bad, and they started to come back. I could feel them because I walk quite a bit more here in LA, and so I started rubbing it on shin splints. In 3 days, they were completely gone. Tell me more, but keep talking. Okay. I just want to respect your guys' time, and I said that I was going to be done at 7:30, so I really wanted to be done at 7:30, but I'll just keep going. Everybody says keep going. All right, so let's keep it rocking. So I suppose when it comes to magnesium, just understand that there's different strands. There's over 10 different strands of magnesium. So this is our magnesium, liquid magnesium. We have 3 forms in it. Most people go and they'll grab like a pill at the dollar store or at Costco, and it actually does more damage than good because of all the toxins they put in, preservatives, they put in coloring. Do you know they put in coloring in the pill to make it white, which is a toxin? we don't understand that because no one teaches us that. So we have 3 different magnesiums in our liquid magnesium. We have magnesium chloride, different than a different form. We use an ingestible form. You can't eat the spray or the gel. So we have magnesium chloride. We have a magnesium threonate, which is good for brain health. So those of you that can't stop your brains from thinking in the evening, magnesium threonate in our liquid mag is a good option for you. And we also have magnesium glycinate, which a lot of people know as magnesium biglycinate. So it's the same product. But all 3 of those are in our product for all different health benefits. In most cases, people will go buy like a cheap quality citrate, and they'll take it and then they'll say, oh, magnesium doesn't work for me. I've tried it for years, or I've tried it before, but it's a completely different product. So just understand that. Dorothy says, So what's the best one to buy? I'm not sure what are you referring to, Ashley? Like what magnesium or Dorothy says YL doesn't do that. Dorothy says you gave me your shin splints, but I won't stop. I think you meant I won't stop running. Okay. So those are the different lights. So I wanted to bring that up, and because what's the best mag to buy? Hey Amanda, what's the best bet? It's hard. So if you guys, I know it's easier. You guys, most of you probably on your phone. I know it's easier to do one word or a few words, but I get a lag. So and then I change the subject and I don't know what you guys are talking about. It depends what you're looking for, Ashley. I think you're asking what is the best magnesium. So if you're looking for something to help with sleep, like actually Amanda's in here, and she'll tell you that she has a really good sleep after she has a mag flake bath. So you put the magnesium flakes in a bath in hot water and you soak in there for 20-30 minutes, and then you go to bed and you're out like a light and you're in a deep REM sleep. It's fantastic, especially when we hear people that kind of first experience it. See, the thing is that most people, they sleep for like on and off. We don't have proper routines. We don't put proper food in our body. We're up and down. I mean, like we're in and out of sleep. We don't get that deep REM sleep. And when I say REM sleep, I mean rapid eye movement sleep. And then someone says, well, I only need like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And I'm saying, well, when's the last time you had 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep? Everyone needs a different amount of sleep, but I think that those people that feel like they can get by on like 5.5 hours of sleep, they really don't have that. They've never really experienced a deep REM sleep. Do you sell this recommended? We sell these. Best magnesium for sleep. I prefer to bathe in it. Yeah, so you wouldn't want the magnesium bath flakes for a bath to help you sleep in the evening. Our liquid mag is our all-star. It's our best seller. We have a hard time keeping it on the shelves, to be honest with you, in stock. That will help you with sleep. So that's the one I would recommend for overall wellness. So you'll notice that you start to feel better, like your aches and pains will start to go away. You'll notice that you'll have a bit more energy, and then you'll start to sleep better. So a lot of people feel many different benefits. It really depends. Like if you're looking, so we have threonate in there, but if you're looking for specifically for brain health, cognitive function, then maybe you want to buy an isolate that's just threonate, for example. But all the different magnesiums have different reasons you take them. But we put these 3 in here because we call them our magnesium all-stars. We feel like those are the best bang for your buck. So if you look at threonate, for example, that's the most expensive one you could find on the market. We were actually going to take it out once we looked at how much it was going to cost. But then we're like, no, we don't want to get rid of that. Anxiety, depression is huge right now. Cognitive function, especially as we get older, being able to remember things. Like we don't remember phone numbers anymore. We hardly remember people's names. So we wanted that in there for memory and cognitive function in general. So that's why we wanted to keep these 3 in there. I hope that answers your question. So I wanted to mention in the evening. So in the evenings, you can do a few different things to help improve or decrease your you decrease the blue light. So if you look at your phone, if you hit the very bottom corner, let me see if I can do this. So if you hit the very bottom, you can actually scroll up and you can look at the different types of light you have here. So right here, mine's at the bottom edge. So you can make that very bright. I'd imagine most people's is like this. So this radiates more blue light. So I keep mine here most of the time. And then if you hold that button, if you hold it, you'll have a few different options here. So at least everyone's phone is a bit different, but this is what mine looks like. So my dark mode is on, which means if I go to my main screen, it's dark, it's black. So I have less blue light radiating in my face. So I'm going to hold that again. And if I turn that on, see how everything goes a bit lighter. My back screen, is also black and white, so that helps as well. So you can't see that it's too white, but I like to keep that on dark mode, and then also make sure that's down instead of super bright. That's just more blue light radiating into your body. So keep that down. So that's just a little phone hack to help you out. You can also, if you're on laptops later in the evening, you can also get a program, like free programs, that will automatically dim your, that automatically, excuse me, that will automatically dim your screen, which will radiate less blue light. See the talking and the explanations, my throat is, okay. So that will help radiate less blue light. The other thing that you can do is turn off some of the lights. Like many times we have all the lights on in the house. I don't know why. Like the lights are on downstairs and no one's downstairs. We have lights on in every room of the house. So if you start to turn the lights off, you'll save energy, you'll save money on your electric bill, and you also have less blue light going into your body on a regular basis. A couple things that I mentioned, one of them is having Himalayan salt lamps as night lights. Those are really good. Again, they give off negative ions into the atmosphere, which counteract the positive ions that the blue light gives off. Something else that is going to be extreme for a lot of people is a red light. So in the bathroom, for example, so for me, when I start to shut down and I start to relax a bit, I start to turn off the lights. So we have the Himalayan salt lamps around the house, and then the bathroom. So the last place I go to the bathroom is to brush my teeth, wash my face, and get myself ready for bed. So instead of having a blue light, so all the lights are off basically, and what's lit up is the Himalayan salt lamp. So I have orange light there, and then when I go into the bathroom, the only light on is a red light. So now I don't have blue light radiating into my body when I'm right before I go to sleep. So that's super important, is to understand that you can do things to get less blue light in your body that's going to act as stimulants when you're trying to sleep. My comments worked better on my phone, so let's see what we got here. Dorothy says, I don't know who leaves lights on in every room in the house. Yes, Dorothy does. It drives me bonkers. It does. I don't know about all phones, but I can set my light to dim. I got cut off. At a time at night and then bright. Yes, awesome. That's fantastic. I don't know who said that, but cool. I love the phone hack. Yeah, so you can do that. You can definitely dim it at certain times. I keep mine dim all day long. I don't need extra light during the middle of the day, and you shouldn't have extra light first thing in the morning or late in the evening. Oh, the red light. What do you know about the red light district, Dana? Wash your face with orange blossom. Dorothy says, wash your face with orange blossom face wash. That's probably a Young Living product, I'm guessing. So those are a couple things that you can do to get less blue light into your body. So just understand, like, I know some people that are extreme, they'll take electric tape everywhere they go. And anytime they go into a hotel room, they'll put electric tape over alarm clocks. They'll put them over like the TV box, sometimes those lights blink, those TV lights blink. So you could also consider that when you start to travel, or even in your own home if you want to do something like that. Jen says, is the face wash you make with YL or do you buy it? That's Dorothy's. Dorothy can help with that, or some of the other girls. Dorothy says, the face wash you use, Drew. Oh, yes, I do use Young Living face wash, but Dorothy's like, here, take this, and I'm like, okay. But there's a couple things, like I told you, I'm on Thieves right now. I got a little cough drop. It helps with my scratchy throat. One of the things that I wanted to mention here is proper detergent. So I don't think a lot of people realize that you're putting toxins in your bed sheets if you don't wash with proper detergent. So this is our Thieves laundry soap. This is what we use, and I mean, it's so easy. It comes straight to the door. We know it's a clean company. We know it's a clean product. I don't have to go in the aisle, and I don't have to I get like sinusy and I get headaches when I go down that aisle. Then I'm looking through all the ingredients. I'm trying to find clean ingredients, which is almost impossible. So if you just get a clean product like the detergent, you're so much better off. For example, when we go to sleep, so we like we're in all day, we're in toxic, we're breathing in toxins that affect our body. But then you go to sleep and you wash your stuff with, what is the stuff that you used to use? I don't know. Can anyone help? Diane says Thieves is the best. Proper detergent, clean sheets. Yes, so important. Yeah, without question. So if you look at those conventional types of detergents that have toxins in them, that's your face on a pillow and your skin is absorbing those toxins. And then you're breathing in your sheets because you've just washed your stuff in those flowery, toxic, perfumey types of stuff. So that's also going to keep you up at night and not give you the opportunity to get a really deep sleep. Tide or sunlight. Yes, thank you, Sue. So you want to stay away from those ones that most of us grew up with. And I know you guys are different. I think from what I know, most of you are on Young Living or on Thieves or making better choices. But just understand that a lot of people struggle with sleep. You know what's interesting? I always think this is funny is that every time I ask a sleep question, like how many hours of sleep do you get? Most people most people, like 85% of people say I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. But that's what a question on social media. I ask it all the time. But then you talk to people and they're like tired and groggy and they're not really awake because they don't get a good night's sleep. So we're probably not getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And if you think you're getting 7 hours, you're probably getting 5. If you think you're getting 10 hours, you're probably getting 8. That's just how it works. Same thing when we teach people about hydration. When you're drinking water, most people are like, oh, I drink at least 2-3 liters of water a day. And we're like, okay, let's count. And they're like a half a liter. And the reason I know that is because I worked with people one-on-one as a personal trainer for years. And I had them carry around nutrition journals and they track their food and their intake. And 9 times out of 10, people would be like, oh, I can't believe that I drink that little water, for example. So relate that to sleep as well. The last thing I want to talk about is routines. So it's super important to set your evening up in a proper routine. So Dorothy and I are big morning routine people. So morning routine it's religion. You do it without thinking about it. And that's where we want you to get. So when you start your morning routines, you're not going to be where you want to be. It's going to take time and effort. So what you do is you start off slowly. So for example, Dorothy and I have an extensive morning routine. So I can tell you Dorothy's. Dorothy, do you want to tell yours? Like, so in our place in Olds, we have like an individual personalized sauna. so it's a bit different. Everywhere we go, it's slightly different, but similar. So we wake up and have magnesium first thing in the morning, liquid magnesium. And then we have kombucha, and then we have a green smoothie. So that's first thing in the morning. Then we go downstairs. Dorothy usually jumps on the treadmill and I get my morning stretches in. She jumps in the sauna. Then I get in. Then I jump on the treadmill. She goes up and have breakfast. Then I go in the sauna. And that's what it's like. That takes about an hour. So it's magnesium, kombucha, green smoothie, stretching, treadmill, sauna, breakfast. That takes about an hour. And I know that's extreme to a lot of people. But understand that excuse me. Understand that is set up because of our evening. Our morning routine is set up because of our evening routine. So this is one of my, can you see this? Oh, you can see that. So this diffuser is part of my evening routine. So what I do, that's a Young Living diffuser, of course. So what I do is I fill my diffusers up the night before. I pour my magnesium the night before. I pour my kombucha, I pour my cereal. Everything is set up the night before. So this is my morning routine. The lights go off. The only thing that's on is the salt lamps. I got the red light on in the bathroom. So less blue light is radiating into our bodies. And then we stay away from processed or refined. So all this that we're talking about is forming healthy habits. So we have to start to understand that all the things that we do is the reason that we feel much better about ourselves and can get a deep night's sleep and can get the best sleep of your life. Sound good? I had another product to give away. Let's do that real quick. We're going to give this away right now. Let's see if I have any issues. We're going to give this away right now. Can you guys see that? So this is a little breather. So I also use this. I use this in peppermint right before bed. So there's a peppermint in there, and I just breathe that in so it clears my sinuses so I can breathe deeper as I sleep. We have our 200-gram bag of bath flakes and then a Young Living nail file. So if you write in the comments, ready for my best sleep ever. That's an inhaler, Dorothy says. So write in the comments right now, ready for my best sleep ever. And then we're going to do a draw and we're going to give that away. So that's pretty much it. I'm way late, but I started late and you guys wanted to stick around, so be careful what you ask for. That's pretty much what we got. I'm just looking at my list here to see if there's anything that we didn't go over. Like there's other things that we could talk about or we could go over. Like there's people that sleep, like for example, if you look at people that sleep on their bellies are at health risk. Their health risk doubles in different areas for obesity, for diabetes, for dementia, and for heart risk. So those are 4 super dangers that almost double if you sleep on your belly instead of sleeping on your side. So you guys are going to want to start sleeping on your side. If you're snoring, a lot of people don't realize that your health, the risk of your health declining if you're a snorer is through the roof compared to people that don't snore. So the reason you snore, people think, oh, I'm just natural. I just snore. It's just what I do. It's not normal. Like we shouldn't be snoring. In most cases, we're eating too many foods that cause inflammation. So they actually cause our throat to be inflamed. And when we try to sleep, our breathing is being disrupted. So a lot of times people think that, oh, it's okay. I don't need to worry about it. That's just what happens, but it's not always the case. We have to understand that there's things that we can do to continually improve our health, and snoring is one of them. You have to understand that the food directly that you're putting into your body not only affects your digestion and your overall well-being or your sleep, but it also affects the inflammation in your throat, which is causing your snoring, which is going to skyrocket the health issues that are going to come. That's what I got. Tracy says, thanks, Drew. That was great. You're welcome. Sorry, Tacy. You're welcome, Tacy. Thank you so much for joining. Anna says we need another Healthy Habits evening on dreaming, since we're all going to have our best sleep ever. That's right, Anna. Thank you so much to the ladies that put this together. I know Cassie and Megan and Corey and Dorothy. I saw Amanda's in here. I know she's a Young Living girl. You guys are amazing. You have a wonderful team. I'm happy and proud to be a part of it. This is only scratching the surface of having your best sleep ever. So start to put together your healthy routines. Try to get rid of some of that blue light in your life. Nothing happens sustainably and lasting at once. I promise you that. If you take anything away tonight, it's that you shouldn't try to do everything all at once. Small steps are sustainable steps. Sustainable steps are long-lasting forever. So every one of you, we need to talk more on inflammation. Well, I'm only allowed to come on here once a month, I think, or once every couple of months. So ask Cassie, and maybe she can get another guest to talk about inflammation soon. We do have other areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together I have some pictures I don't. There's about 16 to 20 of you in here, so I don't think I'm gonna regret grabbing your emails. But if anyone wants more information, um, I have we have graphics. Like I have graphics of our morning routine, for example. I have graphics of what's the best light, for example. Um, if you guys want to send me an email, Dorothy, maybe you can drop it in the comments because I'm not. Yes, inflammation is one of my favorite topics for sure. Dorothy, could you leave my email address in the comments? So the problem is if I send you an email, it may go to your junk folder and then people are like, well, why didn't you send me an email? You said you were. So if you send me an email at drewtadia@gmail.com, Dorothy will drop it in the comments. Send me an email and say, hey, Drew, I would like more of the like your graphics or your links. We have this week I've been putting up radio shows, interviews of people talking about sleep. We have our own videos that we put together. And like I said, we also have really nice graphics that we put together. We can put that all in an email and send it out to everyone if you want some more information. We have a magnesium Facebook group. If you're interested in that, you can let us know in the comments or in the email you send me. You can say I'd like to get into your magnesium group so I can learn more about that as well. We have our Trueform Facebook page, and then we also have a protein where we talk about more ingredients, some shakes and smoothies. Another Facebook group there too. So, can this be posted? The only issue is with I'll post some on the Healthy Habits groups for sure, Anna. The only problem that is that I go and post them, and then people still say, "Hey, I didn't get that," and I'll say, "Oh, I already posted it," and they're like, "Well, I can't see it." So, if you want me to email it to you, I'll put it together in one file. It's either going to be a PDF or it's going to be a one long sheet of details and information. But I can post on the Healthy Habits group for sure. I just don't know. I think they're going to have another guest come on soon, and then that's going to be specific to that group, to that individual. I think this isn't my group. I'm only a guest speaker, and I really appreciate the opportunity to jump in here and I appreciate the opportunity to come in here and meet some of you for the first time and then talk to some of our regular people that are part of our fitness family as well. Dorothy says with an email, it's all in one spot. That's the easiest because it's just a problem. Like people always ask, like, oh, I can't find it. Like I scrolled through it. Where do I find files in the group? Like groups are great. They've really given us the opportunity to do a lot of things for positive purposes, but we still send out emails because it's in one spot. Like here's the email, you got everything. In groups you're flipping through, and when someone comments, like if someone comments on something from 2 weeks ago, that will go to the top, so a more relevant comment gets pushed down, so it's harder to find stuff. But I'll post some stuff here. Thank you for the hearts. Well, it's Dorothy rocking the hearts. Thank you, Dorothy. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Dorothy has her own page where she does lots of more Young Living stuff. So if you're more interested, I try to tie in some Young Living stuff here. Dorothy is my Young Living expert. If I have any issues, I go to her. And if you have any issues, if I have any questions about Young Living, I ask her. And you could definitely ask her as well. I know there's a bunch of Young Living people in this group as well. So my mom says, great info, Drew. Thank you. Good night, everyone. You're welcome. Okay. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. If you want to send me an email for more details, send me an email. And if you don't, it's no problem. We don't spam anyone. We don't just do product. That's not what we're about. So I can definitely send out more details. And if not, it's perfectly okay. I hope you guys got a lot out of tonight. And I'd love to hear about how your best sleep ever went. Anna says, thank you so much for awesome info, Drew and Dorothy. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome, Carol. Have a good evening. We will see you guys soon. Thank you again so much for everyone that tuned in and joined me tonight. Have a good evening. Oh, thanks for your patience too with my beginning part. That was a flop. You're welcome, Sue.